Welcome to another preparation video for patch 6.3, which will be released on next Tuesday on the 10th of January. Which means there's only 1 week, or better said 6 days left to prepare for all the new Gil-making opportunities, fresh content and accumulate the hype again. But don't worry, like always I will try my best to cover all these bases in this video, so let's get started. First, on the Gil-making department, I highly recommend to not stockpile things too much this time, except for some Renaskeda gear maybe. The two reasons are kinda simple. As the next ultimate encounter will be released, there will be no new gear for high-end raiders, so mostly gear upgrades are in limited numbers. However, if you want materia to be stockpiled, go for the crafter and gatherer stuff, as we will see new crafter and gatherer gear upgrades. Just remember to not go overboard on that department, as we never know the exact values at which things are crafted. Like I said, having maxed out your CP stats on your gear plus simply reaching the recipe's base requirements is mostly enough, and all the hard work afterwards is done by your skill and rotation, where I will provide macros for you as soon as the patch hits and I figured them out. But back to Renaskeda gear, why should that be relevant when the new 24-man raid provides new gear? Basically because there will be an augmented version of Renaskeda gear. I'm not entirely sure if this will happen on 6.3, but it will happen in the follow-up patch 6.35 at last. But even if that doesn't strictly happen on Tuesday, entering the new 24-man raid will have an item level restriction, so many people, especially returners, are going to stick to the easiest way of catching up with gear, which will be the crafted Renaskeda gear. Or yeah, maybe the augmented version that this NPC will offer for currency received from Tomestones of Astronomy, plus the certificates you can earn by exchanging the crafted battle stuff. So whenever these augmented Renaskeda pieces will hit the live servers, and even without it, it is wise to have some of these for sale or materials as backup to craft them when needed. I will keep you updated whenever the patch notes are being released. Coming to part 2 of our stockpiling efforts, namely stockpiling sack of nuts, which are farmed very efficiently by participating in A rank trades. More on that topic in the description. Nonetheless, sack of nuts will introduce another material to upgrade your lunar envoy gear. This will be introduced together with those coins received from Aglaia and the new Ephrosyne coin, which you get for each week's clear. So it would be wise to also farm some Aglaia coins in advance, because you need both coins for one item upgrade. Also remember that left side gear is more expensive on the Sack of Nuts upgrade version, so try to get accessories from those, and chest, helm, trousers, hands and boots from the 24-man raid coins. For further crafting and gathering details and preparations, I highly advise you to check out Zane Lionheart's video, in which he goes through all the in-depth knowledge and which might be interesting for the much more invested guild makers. Okay, now to the content that you should complete before Tuesday. First of all, the Moogle Tombstone event will be closed on the patch day, but there is still plenty of time to gather the rewards you are interested in. The list of rewards can be found in-game or from this very handy website Square made about the event. There might also be some Moogle Tombstone farm guides out there how to optimize this process as a blue mage for example, but in general this is kinda a straightforward task. Which brings us to the more difficult section. While you can combine some good amounts of frontline PvP with the Moogle Tombstone event, those serious Malmstones rewards are recently locked behind the seasonal participation in Crystalline Conflict, so once a new series drops, which will happen with the patch, the old rewards are gone for now. So if you want the dragon mount, the portrait frames, or just a whole lot of trophy crystals for the amazing glam, you should definitely queue up for Crystalline Conflict. The casual match actually has some decent participation right now, so you should definitely be able to make it until Tuesday. And while this is perfectly fine for getting your Malmstone levels up, playing ranked is definitely the more difficult challenge. Not from climbing ranks itself, but when looking at queue times. Here my advice is to check the queue many times of the day, and whenever you find a match, absolutely go ham on queuing immediately after you completed the match, because chances are high that you will face the same people again that you just played with due to the same matchmaking values. And if you need tips for the best jobs that will make climbing ranks easier, check out my 6.28 PvP tier list found in the description. Of course, unlocking content is also part of the deal, like basically always, so make sure to complete the Aglaia raid content and especially the quests that follow after you completed the raid, because if I remember correctly, the quest line that follows takes quite some time, so better do it now before the patch hits. And the kinda same goes for the main scenario quest, which can also take a while. So if you want access to the new extreme trial as well as the new dungeon, complete the main scenario quest now. Island Sanctuary will also get some crazy updates, and even though I haven't played that content yet, it might be worth trying it out before Tuesday. On the other hand, I heard that they are overhauling some of the menus and systems there, so if you want the best overall experience with that content, it might be worth waiting. which goes for Tataro's great endeavor as well that will have new content coming. Remember that this requires to complete the Heavensward Sky Pirates quest introduced in its Alliance raid, so make sure to finish that before the patch, which is again another great opportunity to farm Moogle tomestones. Last but not least, if you still haven't been lucky with buying a personal mansion in any of the residential areas, there will be new wards and plots coming with 6.3, which means check out which area and spot might be interesting to you, make a list and run down your favorites on Tuesday. And that's basically it for the preparation. Of course, I will keep you updated about the latest patch notes and how it might affect your preparation process. And surely I will tell you everything you need on Tuesday. So keep up the hype and like always, don't suck dry this content by no-lifing it. There's plenty of time to actually enjoy it and nothing is going away in 1 or 2 weeks of its launch. So until next time, stick around for updates and keep loving Final Fantasy.